Let me ask you something simple. What's the most valuable thing you own? Well, most people would say time, money, maybe your health. But here's a thought. Maybe your most valuable resource isn't something you can hold in your hands. Maybe it's something you give away every second without realizing it. I'm talking about your attention. Every time you unlock your phone, scroll through social media, click a YouTube video, you're giving it away, little by little. And in today's digital world, your attention is big business. In fact, we now live in what economists and philosophers call the attention economy, a world where your focus is the most wanted prize. I'm Mikael, and this is what I learned today. Back in the late 1960s, a Nobel-winning economist named Herbert Simon said something that seems more true now than ever. He said, and I quote, "A wealth of information creates a poverty of attention." He saw it coming. Fast forward to today, and that prediction has become reality. We are surrounded by a constant stream of information, social media, notifications, the news, ads, podcasts like this one, memes, emails, more ads, and it never stops. Every 2 years, the amount of global digital data doubles. Let me repeat that. Every 2 years, the amount of global digital data doubles. And we only have 24 hours in a day, just like our ancestors did. What changed isn't how much time we have, it's how many things are trying to get our attention. Let's talk about business. You probably use platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok every day, and they feel free, right? But they're not. You are paying, just not with money. You're paying it with your attention. Here's how it works. The more time you spend on an app, the more ads you see. The more ads you see, the more money the platform makes. To give you an idea, in 2021, YouTube made over $28 billion in ads. $28 billion in ads alone. Meta, that's Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, they made around $117 billion, and 97% of that $117 billion came from ads. TikTok, with over 1 billion users, has built a multi-billion-dollar empire in less than a decade. And all of that just by you scrolling. And your attention isn't just making money. It's also turned into data. What you watch, how long you watch, what you like, what you ignore, all of it is tracked, analyzed, and sold to advertisers who want to sell you products, ideas, and even political messages. So, in the attention economy, you're not the customer, you are the product. These platforms are built to be addictive, and not by accident. Let's look at some of these techniques. Infinite scroll. There's no end to the feed. There's no natural moment to stop. Notifications, the little red dot, every time you see it, you want to press on it. That spark of urgency, even if it's nothing important, it still gets your attention. Likes, shares, comments. These trigger the same reward system in your brain as gambling. It's a dopamine hit. It feels good, and every time you click on something, you want more. This is what's sometimes called persuasive design. Engineers at these companies, many trained in behavioral psychology, are literally paid to make sure you can't look away, and it works. But here's the part that often gets ignored. This has consequences for our minds, for our relationships, and for society. Let's start with the individuals. A growing number of studies link heavy social media use to anxiety, depression, and poor self-esteem, specifically in teenagers. The Royal Society for Public Health in the UK found that platforms like Instagram and Snapchat were among the worst for mental health. Why? Because they fueled constant comparison and reduced our ability to be present, to be here in the now. Even adults are not immune. Many of us feel constantly distracted, mentally tired, and unable to focus. As the philosopher Byung-Chul Han says, we are not being forced to work or think. We are exhausting ourselves voluntarily by endlessly responding to digital demands. He calls it a new form of a control. not through violence, but through overstimulation. Let's take a step even more forward. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "You become what you give your attention to." In other words, your attention shapes who you are. If you give it to negativity, gossip, or outrage, those things grow inside of you. Soren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, warned about what he called the crowd. He said, distraction and noise prevent people from becoming themselves. That was in the 1800s. Imagine what he would say about TikTok. And think about how our platforms work today. They show us what keeps us watching, often the most emotional, extreme, or outrageous content, because outrage spreads. Studies show that misinformation spreads 6 times faster on Twitter than the truth. That's not a bug, it's a feature of the system. It works, but it also divides us. So the attention economy doesn't just affect our focus, it affects our values, our relationships, and even our democracy. There's a growing call for a different way, a more ethical, people-centered digital economy. Some call it the yellow economy. Here's the idea. Apps and platforms would be designed to help you focus, not distract you. Your data would be collected only with your clear permission, and you would control how it is used. Algorithms would promote truth, well-being, and meaningful connections, not just whatever keeps you stuck to the screen. It's still a vision, not yet a reality, but it's one worth aiming for. Take back your attention. Your attention is not a passive thing. It's powerful. It shapes your thoughts, your habits, your character. And in a world where everyone wants a piece of it, the most radical thing you can do is choose where it goes. Turn off that extra notification. Put your phone down during dinner. Go for a walk without checking your messages. Support platforms and creators who value your time, not just your clicks, because where your attention goes, your life follows. So, just to remember quick, the attention economy is a system where companies try to capture your attention. How does it do it? By keeping you stuck on the platform longer. More ads you see, the more money they make. What harm does the attention economy cause? It can lead to distraction, mental health issue, polarization, and spread of misinformation. Remember, the yellow economy could be an option in the future where it's designed to support well-being, not addiction. How can you protect yourself? Remember, set screen time limits, turn off unnecessary notifications, and be intentional about what you watch, read, and share. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I'm trying to get some of your attention so that you're better informed about how other people are gaining your attention, but I hope you learned something today. Bye.